Warning, the following video will contain content that is not appropriate for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back for another one of my Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battles. Fuck yeah! And I know a while back, because when I first started out doing these Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battles, I originally called them my Pokemon Battle Revolution rant battles because I used to pretty much purely rant about shit, but then I started discussing other topics and I'm like, you know, maybe discussion battles is a better way to put it than just straight up rant battles. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, today what I'm going to be doing is pretty much entirely a rant. Now, for those of you who don't know, or, well, just in general, so on my YouTube channel, recently I have acquired a bunch of brand new games, which I have been working on showing off for you guys on this YouTube channel, right? That's been my main focus, and is what it is. But some of you guys may have noticed in this past week that I've been doing things a little bit differently, because when I show off games in the past, like when I first started out with this whole thing, you know, I would really sit down, take my time, do maybe like 1 or 2 games a day, you know, depending on how long the sessions take me. But as you guys, I'm sure, may have noticed, this past week I've been doing things a little bit differently, and it may feel like I've been kind of rushing through showing off some of these brand new games for you guys. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, that is actually 100% intentional. I have been kind of, especially this past week, rushing through showing off some of these brand new games for you guys. I've been doing more shorter recording sessions. Like, I've been doing more recording sessions, but shorter recording sessions. You know, not taking as much time when I play these games for the first time. And that was done entirely intentionally. And that will probably, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, will probably continue to be the case. You know, the whole point of me buying a bunch of brand new games is because I'm living, you know, with my current life situation, I'm living at my dad's house, right? My plan is to eventually save up enough money to buy my own house someday. But I figure once I buy my own house, I'm probably not going to have a very good job. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have 0 college degrees. You know, the only thing I have to my name is my work experience, and that's it. You know, my pretty much 8 years now of working at the restaurant. That's pretty much all I have to put on a resume that's worth a damn. So whatever job I land once I move out on my own, it's probably not going to be a high-paying job. Like, I'm probably going to have to, you know, pretty much live paycheck to paycheck. And I plan on that being the case. Like, I have no problem with that. It just kind of is what it is. You know, I'll stash away cash when I can, obviously. But once I move out on my own, it'll probably be, generally speaking, a paycheck-to-paycheck, you know, scenario. I'll have a little bit of cash saved up, maybe, hopefully. But regardless, it's pretty much going to be a paycheck-to-paycheck scenario. You know, I'm not going to have a whole lot of, you know, once I move out on my own, I'm not going to have a whole lot of expendable income. But at the same time, if I'm going to move out on my own, I still want to have the ability to enjoy my life. You know, I don't just want to move out on my own and not be able to enjoy my life, you know. That would be pointless. So what I'm doing in advance by buying all these, you know, brand new games and shit is I'm setting myself up to have plenty of video game content to produce for you guys in the future. So I'm preparing myself now to be set for the future, which is why I'm buying all these brand new games now. Like, I have so many fucking playthrough projects to work on. Like, I'm not going to run out of content for many, many, many years. Probably for the rest of my YouTube career, even if I never bought another video game. I would still probably have enough content to produce for you guys for the rest of my life on this YouTube channel. Like, that's no doubt. But that's the main reason why, you know, hopefully this makes sense, because I'm really bad at explaining shit, but hopefully that makes some kind of sense. So when I move out on my own, like I said, I won't have a whole lot of expendable income, because I'll have to buy groceries for myself, you know, food, water, shit like that, utilities. You know, that's what I'm going to be spending pretty much most of my money on, and I will not have a very high budget for this YouTube channel at all. Like, right now, I probably have a higher budget for this YouTube channel now than I will once I move out. It just kind of is what it is, you know? But obviously I need food and shit in order to survive. I need shelter so that way I can continue to produce, you know, content for you guys on this YouTube channel and shit like that. You know, so it just kind of is what it is, and that's where I'm at with my life, and I am totally fine with that, by the way. I want to make it abundantly clear. That is my plan, you know? But like I said, I don't just want to move out and then not be able to enjoy my life because I'm not able to, like, you know, have a bunch of video games because I won't be able to spend money on them as much once I move out. So that's why I'm buying all these video games now while I have the opportunity to do so while I'm living at my dad's house and he doesn't charge me rent. Which, again, is a pretty sweet deal. So, that's the reason why, again, that I've bought all these brand new games. But some of you guys are probably asking yourselves the question that actually matters, of course. The only question that, given any scenario, the only question that ever matters. The question of why. Why all of a sudden, Multi-Step, are you deciding to do things differently and not take as much time to show off these brand new games, you know, let's just say, quote-unquote, properly, you know, not really taking my time and kind of rushing through showing off all these brand new games for you guys. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's pretty much entirely my dad's fault. Now, I know that may sound weird to some of you guys, but hear me out. So, typically in the past, you know, I've lived at my dad's house now since 2019, right? And typically, in the past, you know, he's done a pretty good job of minding his own business. Like, he doesn't really, generally speaking, you know, poke his nose into my business. Generally speaking, he leaves me alone. However, that has not been the case lately. Lately, for whatever fucking goddamn reason, I don't know why this started all of a sudden, you know, out of fucking nowhere it seems like, he's decided to start poking his nose into my business. Which, you know, you don't see me poking my nose into other people's business because I quite frankly don't give a shit. So in the past, my dad's done a pretty good job with, again, minding his own business. But on the other hand, recently he has been. Now let me explain. So over the past couple of days, the other reason why I've been able to get so much content done this week is because I actually had off of work on Monday and Tuesday. That's 2 days in a row. And it's very rare that I ever get 2 days off in a row. Pretty much ever since, like, I want to say maybe like August of 2021, I want to say. I've been pretty much working consistently, like, I want to say fucking probably a good like 6 to 7 days a week pretty consistently. So, like, it's not uncommon for me to, like, you know, maybe have like 1 day off on any given week, because we have been closed on Mondays for a while now, but we actually just recently opened the restaurant back up on Mondays, and that was just due to short staffing. But typically I would have, you know, Monday off, and that would be it, right? I work literally the rest of the goddamn week because we're so short-staffed, you know? And that's still a thing. We actually just lost another server. We have been hiring people, though, so it's kind of evened out a bit. So keep in mind, I've been working consistently 6 or 7 days a week for the past about, like, let's just say half a year now. I've been working consistently 6 or 7 days a week. So lately, though, my dad has been up my ass saying stupid shit. Now, of course, some of you guys are probably curious. Okay, Multi-Step, what kind of stupid shit has he been saying? Okay, well, the other day he gave me a whole ass fucking lecture about, you know, how I should, you know, get a, quote, real job. Which is kind of funny, you know, because I thought over the last, you know, 8 years it's been now, that I've been working at the restaurant, I was under the impression that that was a real job. But apparently it's not a real job. Apparently I just imagined all of that. You know, all the 6-day and 7-day work weeks. I must have just imagined all that. Because, you know, according to my dad, my all-knowing father, that's not a real job. It's a fake job. So I must have imagined all those weeks that I worked like 6-7 days a week. I must have imagined all those, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, some cases even 13-hour shifts that I work on the weekends. You know, all those double shifts. Those all must have just been some kind of like figment of my imagination or something. You know? Like all those back-to-back double shifts that I work on fucking Saturday and Sunday pretty much every fucking goddamn week. That all must have been some kind of figment of my imagination. Because, again, according to my all-knowing father, I apparently don't have a real job. Yeah, those 40-hour-a-week work weeks that I work at a part-time job at a restaurant, apparently that was all in my head. Apparently I imagined that happening. Apparently it didn't actually happen because apparently I don't have a real job. No, I have some kind of fake job. Apparently. According to my all-knowing and all-wise father. Because he always knows what's best. And he always has all the fucking answers. Because he's clearly smarter than everybody. Huh. You know, and here I was thinking that I was busting my ass for the last 8 years. Here I was thinking that I earned my 12 video game systems and my video game collection of over 1,000 games. That must have all just happened by magic. That's what it is. There must be some kind of wizards pulling the strings behind the scenes, and they just said, oh, hey, let's magically give Multistep 12 video game systems and over 1,000 games. No, apparently I didn't go to work every day for the past, or most of the days for the past 8 years or whatever, and actually earn a paycheck so I could buy all those video games and buy all those video game systems and shit like that. Apparently that didn't actually happen because, again, I don't have a real job, right? My job isn't real, it's totally fake, according to my all-knowing father. So, apparently all that shit happened by fucking magic. Huh. Now, I'm going to let you guys in on a little something here. As you guys, I'm sure, have noticed on this YouTube channel, it's not very easy to offend me. Like, I am not offended very easily. Why? Mostly because I'm not a pussy-ass liberal, first of all. Second of all, because I just don't really care that much about, like, anything. I'll be the first one to admit it. There are very few things in this world that I actually give a shit about. So it is actually very hard to offend me. But there is one thing. There is one thing that will offend me. And that is when people insult my work ethic. Because according to my dad, who again is all-knowing and all-wise, always has all the answers, because he's just so fucking smart, and he'll be the first one to tell you that he's fucking smart, without actually telling you that he's smart, because he's a fucking narcissist. He's the only person in the world I've met who's a bigger narcissist than me. He'll be the first one to tell you that, oh, yeah, my job isn't real. My job as a host at a restaurant that I've held down for 8 years, that was all fake. That wasn't real. Nothing in this world will piss me off more than when someone insults my work ethic. My job as a host at a restaurant may not be a career job, may not be a glamorous job, doesn't even pay that well. Fine. That's fine. But to insult the work that I've done over the 8 years that I've worked at that restaurant is bullshit! absolute fucking bullshit. Fuck you. I've busted my goddamn ass to make all this happen. And no, it wasn't by fucking magic. You know how I'm sitting here with 12 video game systems and over 1,000 games? No, that shit did not happen by magic. You know how that fucking happened? For the last 8 years, I busted my fucking ass. And that's just fake to you? Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit! That's all just fucking fake to you? All the hard work that I've done over the 8 fucking years that I've worked there? That's all just jack shit to you? That doesn't mean shit to you? Fuck you! How dare you tell me that I don't have a real job? Because guess what? I fucking do, you asshole! And I don't care if it's not good enough for you! I don't care if I don't live up to your fucking standards. I don't give a shit if I don't live the life that you want me to. And I don't care what you want to think of me. Because I know, in my heart, that I have busted my ass for the past 8 years. And to be told that that was all fake, to be told that that was meaningless, virtually, is an insult that I will not fucking tolerate. So sorry. I'm sorry for shouting you guys. I'm really sorry for that. I was trying not to, shout during this video. I'm sorry. But that shit fucking pisses me off. I'm sorry. To be told that all your work is not worth shit, in the grand scheme of things, is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I don't care what job you have. It can be as menial a task as scrubbing fucking toilets. There is always honor in honest work. Doing honest work is never anything that anyone should ever feel ashamed about. Ever. Maybe my dad would like to go to our restaurant and talk to the 48-year-old waitress that we have and tell her that her job isn't real. Because, yeah, I may be in my mid-20s and still working as a host at a restaurant, but you know what? Go and talk to the fucking server that we have that's 48 years old. Go talk to the other server that we have that's 34 years old. Go talk to the other server that we have that's 38 years old. And then go to them and tell them the same thing you told me, that they don't have a real job. Go to the cooks, who the vast majority of which, by the way, at our restaurant are older than me. Go up to them and tell them that they don't have a real job, that their job isn't real. So I guess when you walk into a restaurant and you sit down at the fucking table, drinks and food just magically fucking appear. They must magically appear because all of our jobs that we do are just not real to you. I am sick and tired of being job shamed. And it's bullshit. Because you know what? The work that I do at the restaurant is honest work. And there is always honor in honest work. No matter what it is. Again, even if it's something as menial as scrubbing a fucking toilet or mopping the floor, there is always honor in that. No matter what age you are, no matter what your circumstances are, I don't care. There is always honor to be had in honest work. And again, I'm sorry, Dad, if my fucking work isn't good enough for you. I'm sorry if it doesn't live up to your lofty fucking standards. But guess what? I stopped giving a fuck about other people's opinions a long time ago, so you can go fuck yourself. Get off my ass, mind your own business, and leave me the fuck alone. That's all I've ever asked for. I just want to be left alone to my own devices. Now, that having been said, I have told my dad multiple times that I do have a plan. I don't plan on working at the restaurant for the rest of my life. I don't. I do plan on going and getting a full-time job somewhere. I do. But the thing is, he doesn't understand that maybe I actually know what I'm doing. And maybe there's a right time for that to happen, but it is not quite yet. Because, like I said, before I get a full-time job somewhere, I want to... And here's the thing he doesn't understand, too, because he, in all fairness, he doesn't know that I run a YouTube channel. You know, he doesn't know that. What I want to do first, before I get a full-time job, is finish showing off all these brand new games for you guys. Then get a full-time job that I can work in the mornings and continue to work at the restaurant at night, so that way I can save up enough money to get the fuck out of my dad's house. That has always been my plan. I don't want to live with my dad forever. He's fucking annoying as shit. Like, honest to God, he'll walk around here and just fucking talk to himself all the time. It's fucking annoying. It drives me up a goddamn wall. That's why I like working 6-7 days a week. So that way I'm not here dealing with his obnoxious and largely unnecessary existence. It fucking irritates me. I want to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. And the only way I can achieve that goal is by moving out on my own. So yes, I fully intend to get a full-time job at some point that I can work in the mornings and then still work at the restaurant at nights, or not even necessarily another full-time job, but maybe another part-time job that I can work in the mornings or whatever. Doesn't matter. Point is, I have a plan, and I have told him this many fucking times. I have told him, Dad, I have a plan. Relax. He's like, well, you need to hurry up and get a full, get a, quote, real job or whatever. And I'm like, Dad, I have a fucking plan. Okay? Fucking listen to me. Believe it or not, because he seems to think that I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. He seems to think that I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. He's like, he was giving me that lecture, and he's like, he's like, you got a pretty sweet deal here without me charging you rent. He's like, you need to take advantage of that. And I'm like, no shit! What the fuck do you think I've been doing? Stop treating me like a fucking goddamn 5-year-old. There was once upon a time when that was okay because I was a fucking 5-year-old. I am 20, in my mid fucking 20s. There is no need to treat me like a fucking 5-year-old. You think I haven't thought about every fucking aspect of this? My entire life plan that I have set in motion. Like I said, I have a plan. And my entire plan that I've set in motion has taken every aspect into account already. That's why I told you, I have a fucking plan. Okay? And yes, it may take me a little bit longer to get a full-time job. It may not happen right away, but it takes time. And there's no need for me to rush. That's the key to life, as I have discovered. Never be in a rush. But my dad just doesn't fucking get it. He doesn't understand the concept that maybe, just fucking maybe, I actually know what I'm fucking doing. Maybe, just maybe, when I say I have a plan, that means I have a plan, and you need to let it go and stop fucking lecturing me about shit that I already know. I know exactly what I'm doing. That is why I told you I have a life plan set in motion, but it's going to take time. So get off my ass! All I've ever asked for is to be left alone. Let me do what I do, when I do it, how I see fit. Because at the end of the day, that's what I do. I do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want, regardless of what other people think, and regardless of whether or not other people will approve, because I don't give a shit. I couldn't possibly give a fuck less, even if I tried really fucking hard. I stopped giving a fuck about other people's opinions a long goddamn time ago. So it's not that I even really give a fuck about my dad's opinions. It's just that it's so mind-numbingly stupid that it pisses me off. Like, did it ever even occur to you for a goddamn nanosecond that maybe I actually know what I'm doing? Yes, I was 5 years old once upon a time. Guess what? That was 20 fucking goddamn years ago. Okay? Maybe when I say I have a plan, you need to listen to me. And maybe accept the fact that, hey, maybe this kid has actually thought shit through, but maybe there's another reason as to why he's not doing what I think he should be doing, and that's okay. The problem with my dad is that he's always been so fucking closed-minded. It's either you're doing things his way or you're doing things the wrong way. The thing he needs to fucking understand is that there's more than one way to skin a cat. Which I know, that's kind of a stupid phrase now that I think about it, but that's the thing he's never understood. He's always been so fucking closed-minded, and it's irritating. Like I said, it's either, with him, it's either you're doing things his way or you're doing things the wrong way in his mind. He's never had the ability to accept other people's opinions. And that is one of his biggest shortcomings. And I think, honestly, both of my parents are idiots for their own reasons. My mom certainly has her fucking character flaws. No goddamn doubt. You know, I've learned a lot from both of them because of that, and I feel like I have been made a better person because of that. But, on the other hand, having to deal with it is so goddamn frustrating. Like I said, I know exactly what I'm doing. Once I'm done buying all these brand new games for you guys, which I am pretty much done with that, I fully intend to start saving up money. Because, yes, dumbass, I am well aware of the fact that I have it made here. Okay? And that I should be saving up, you know, as much money as I possibly can. Yes, I already am well aware of that, and my plan takes that into account. But there are some things I would like to purchase first, so that way once I move out on my own, I can actually enjoy my life. I'm preparing that in advance. And that's the thing you don't understand. I want to have plenty of video games. Enough video games to last me a lifetime. And enough movies and animes and DVDs and shit to last me a lifetime. And that's what I'm working on preparing now. It is phase 2 of my plan. Phase 3 of my plan is saving up money. And phase 4 of my plan is to buy my own house and move out. So yes, dumbass, I have actually thought this through. There's no need to fucking act like I'm a 5-year-old who doesn't understand shit, because guess what? I do. My brain is actually capable of cognitive thought, believe it or not. So yes, once I'm done acquiring some shit, yes, no shit, dumbass, I will be saving up my money. You're damn right I will. But I also, here's the problem, with him being like, you need to get a full-time job and do it soon, you know, or whatever. Like, with him saying that or whatever, like, fine, that is 100%, I agree, the logical thing to do. However, if you only factor in logic and completely fail to factor in feelings to any given situation, now, granted, I also believe you should never let feelings completely get in the way of making a smart decision. I get it. But if you completely disregard feelings as well, you're going to make yourself very unhappy in the end. And my plan takes into account every aspect of the human condition. It takes into account both feelings and logic. Phases like 1 through 2 are basically based on the feelings part, and 3 and 4 are based on logic. Yes, that has always been my plan. Once I'm done showing off these brand new games, I will get a full-time job somewhere. That has always been my plan. But until then, get off my ass, because I have a plan and I have it for a fucking reason. And you just don't fucking understand. Again, did it ever even cross your fucking mind that when I say I have a plan, which I've told him many times, that maybe I actually know what I'm fucking doing and that there's actually a method to my madness? Because there is. I have already thought out every aspect of how I want the next several years of my life to go. I've already planned it out. I've already thought it out. Okay? And yes, it does eventually rely on me getting a full-time job. That is part of the plan, but not quite yet. So will you just chill the fuck out until that fucking happens, please? Will you please quit questioning me every fucking time I have a Sunday morning off before work? Because most of the time me and my dad have such like wildly different work schedules that like I don't really see him that often, except for like occasionally when I have a day off, or like Sunday morning occasionally, because he works Saturday mornings. And so, it's kind of nice in that regard because I don't have to deal with him. But every time I do have to deal with him, I swear to God, it's become like a broken record. The same thing is like, hey, have you thought about getting a real job yet? And it's like, first of all, I have a real job. Go fuck yourself. Any job that is honest work is a real job. Fuck you. I have a real job. So you know what? Go fuck yourself. First of all. Second of all, yes, I have given it lots of thought, as a matter of fact. And yes, I do plan on getting a full-time job, but it's not quite time yet. That is coming shortly over the horizon. But it is not time yet. There's no need to rush things. I want to actually enjoy my life. Is that too much to ask? I want to enjoy my life a little bit before I have to, go work a full-time job every day. Even though I pretty much do already, because I actually work like 40 hours a week at the restaurant, so it's like whatever. But did it ever occur to you that maybe, before I have to grow up a bit and, move out on my own, that maybe I just want one last little chance to enjoy my fucking life a little bit? Is that too much to goddamn ask for? All I've ever wanted to do is live a quiet, peaceful life. I have said that for years on this YouTube channel. Years upon years upon years upon years upon years upon years. That is since pretty much day fucking one on this YouTube channel. I have changed a lot since day one on this YouTube channel, but that has always remained the same. All I've ever wanted to do my entire goddamn life is just live a quiet, peaceful life. And my dad doesn't understand that I've already got it planned out. I have a plan. And yes, my plan may not align exactly with what you think I should do. But guess what? It's my life. I'm going to do whatever I want with it. You can go fuck yourself if you got a problem with that. And if you're unwilling to support me in my endeavors, that's fine. Because quite frankly, I don't give a shit. But that is my plan. That has always been my plan, is to get a full-time job. It's just not quite time yet. And yes, the logical thing to do would be to go out right now and get a full-time job. But then I wouldn't be able to finish showing off all these brand new games for you guys. And I busted my ass to make this happen. I put in a lot of hours at the restaurant to buy all of these brand new games to show off on this YouTube channel. And I'll be goddamned if I'm going to miss out on the opportunity to do it. because I worked my ass off to make this happen. You know, this collection of over 1,000 games that I have now, you know, didn't happen by magic. I went to my, yes, real fucking job. Because, yes, it is a real job, despite what my dad may say. I went to my real fucking job, busted my ass, earned a fucking paycheck, and bought all these brand new games to show off on this YouTube channel. I worked my ass off to make it happen, and I'll be goddamned if anyone's going to take it away from me. That is what I'm going to do first. Before I get a full-time job, I'm going to finish showing off all these brand new games for you guys. However, I will say this. Again, the reason why it seems like I've been rushing through showing off some of these brand new games for you guys is, again, because I have. And it sucks, but I'm tired of my dad being on my ass every fucking day about, oh, when are you going to get a real job, or whatever. So I'm going to kind of, you know, speed up the process a bit again, because I was originally doing like 1 game per day. But now I'm going to try to do 3 games a day for you guys. And yes, I won't be able to play them as thoroughly for the first time. But at the end of the day, you know, it'll still be a fun process. I had a lot of fun doing Omen of Sorrow. That was a fun game that I played recently for the first time. So, I mean, it will still be a fun process. But yes, I am going to go through these games a bit more quickly than I have been. And again, I don't have a lot of time for recording sessions either, because I only have from, you know, in the morning when my dad leaves to when he comes back, which, again, sometimes he comes back from work early, so you can never be too sure with that. But that's like my window of opportunity to record videos for you guys. It's not like when I was living at my mom's house and I could just, you know, record videos whenever I wanted, which was kind of nice and something that I took for granted looking back on it. But regardless, it just is what it is. So I'm sorry, you know, because I like to, when I play a game for the first time, I like to take my time and really show it off. But at the end of the day, the more and more I thought about the more and more I'm like, you know what? This was mostly meant for a long-term investment anyway. Because, you know, when I show these games off for the first time, it's like, you know, it's cool and whatever. But, you know, this was really meant as a long-term investment. So that way I have enough video games to, you know, that way once I move out on my own, I'll be able to enjoy my life and enjoy all these games and go on all these amazing adventures with you guys. So really buying all these video games was a long-term investment, not necessarily a short-term investment, which is why, you know, it kind of sucks, but, you know, we're still going to have fun showing off all these brand new games for you guys. It's going to be fun and shit, but I'm not going to go as in-depth with them as I had anticipated. So if it feels like I'm kind of rushing through showing off all these brand new games for you guys, it's because I am. So there will be shorter recording sessions coming up, just a fair warning. You know, I will not be producing as lengthy of content as I have so far without this, throughout this process of showing off these brand new games and shit. And at the end of the day, it, you know, just kind of is what it is. I just wish for once my dad would, you know, accept the fact that I actually know what I'm doing, maybe, you know. And I get it. You know, at the end of the day, I get it. You know, he's trying to help me. I get it. But at the same time, it's just fucking annoying. Like, stop trying to tell me how to live my life. And when I tell you that I have a plan and I have it all planned out, fucking listen to me. That's his main problem. He doesn't fucking listen, and he doesn't fucking understand that when I say I have a plan for what I want to do with the rest of my life, that he should just say, okay, and leave it at that. That's all I need. Just, okay, I support you, kid. Good luck. That's all I needed from him, and he has not given me that. He's been like, oh, well, you should do this, or you should do... No, fuck you. I've already thought through every aspect. Now, I'm willing to listen to other people's opinions, absolutely. But at the same time, like when you're telling me that my way is wrong simply because you disagree with it, you can go fuck yourself. And that's basically what it felt like he was implying. You know, throughout that whole lecture. I mean, it's one of those things you had to kind of be there, but it came off as very, like, condescending, you know, like, oh, well, you should be doing this instead of this. And, like, stop trying to tell me how to live my life. Like, again, did it ever occur to you for even a goddamn nanosecond that maybe I do actually have a plan? Like, when I say I have a plan, that means that I actually have a plan? And you should just say, okay, kid, well, I can give you some pointers. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you do, but here's some advice, and I'll leave you with that. But when it's like week after week after week after week of like the same fucking thing, like, when are you gonna, get a real job or whatever, it's like, it just really begins to irritate me after a while, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. Just fucking irritating. So mostly due to that fact, I will be switching things up again on this channel. So if it feels like I've been rushing through things, I have been a little bit. I will still take the time somewhat to, sit down and enjoy these games and whatnot. And like I said, it'll still be a fun process. Don't get me wrong. We're still going to have a lot of fun here on this YouTube channel showing off all these brand new games for you guys. It's going to be a fucking blast. You guys know that. But I won't be able to go as necessarily in-depth with showing off these games for the first time as I have been, towards the beginning and whatnot. I will be doing shorter recording sessions of playing these games for the first time. But again, like I said, with all these, especially the storyline-based games, I do plan on doing deep dives into pretty much all of them at some point in the future. So if it seems like I'm not producing that much content of them now, there will be plenty of content of them in the future. You guys can be assured of that. Like I said, largely speaking, buying a bunch of these brand new games anyway was a long-term investment. So again, shit is what it is. I apologize for those of you guys who, want me to go a little bit more in-depth with these games. I mean, I still will kind of be going somewhat in-depth with these games, but maybe not as much as I had originally wanted to. But that's the nature of the business, I guess. That's the nature of my dad being an annoying prick. So, yeah, and I get that he means well. He does. It's just he doesn't realize that, doesn't understand the fact that when I say I know what I'm doing and that there's a method to my madness, that what that actually means is that I know what I'm doing and there's a method to my madness. He doesn't seem to understand that those words mean exactly what they mean. And it's just frustrating having to tell him over and over and over again, Dad, I have a plan. I appreciate the advice. But don't tell me how to live my fucking life. It is my life. I will do whatever I want with it. Simple as that. I am my own person. I will do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I see fit. And if you don't like that, that's your fucking problem, not mine. And if you're unwilling to support me, that's fine. I will find someone who will. But until then, just do me a goddamn favor and shut the fuck up, please, and leave me alone. That's all I've ever asked for, is just shut the fuck up, leave me alone. And again, I understand, my dad really does mean well. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I know what I'm doing, okay? My plan does eventually involve me getting a full-time job, absolutely, 100%, just not quite yet. And he just doesn't get it, and I have to explain this to him over and over and over again, and it's just frustrating and stressful, and I fucking hate it, and I just want him to shut up and leave me alone. That's all I want. If I want your advice, I will ask for your advice, but until then, shut it. Please. And just leave me alone. Alright, so that's really all I have to say. But yeah, as far as my YouTube channel goes, that's, I wanted to do this for you guys to give you an update as to how this is going to affect my YouTube channel and whatnot moving forward. So, yes, I will still be showing off all these brand new games. I just won't be doing as much, I won't be going as in-depth as I have in the past. They will be shorter recording sessions, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, that just means I get to have more fun in the future, so looking forward to it. I plan on doing some great things with this YouTube channel in the future. And my Rumble channel, too, now, I guess. So, yeah. Multi-Step Productions Company, I have some good shit planned for you guys with all that. Basement Cave Studios, all that good shit. And we're going to have fun here on this YouTube channel. After all, like I said, I don't really even enjoy doing these rant videos for you guys, but, you know, there are certain things, again, that need to be said sometimes, and there's certain things that I need to do for my own mental health. And, yeah, it just is what it is. Again, it's just a frustrating situation. But yeah, either way, that is how that will affect my YouTube channel. Like I said, I still will be showing off all these brand new games. I still will be doing adequate recording sessions of each game. Although I will admit, earlier when I was playing a game called Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire, I think it was called, or some shit like that, I did kind of rush through that one a little bit too much, and I'll be the first one to admit it. But, yeah, it's just, you know, I'll figure it out as I go along, but yes, I will be, on average, doing shorter recording sessions. Either that or I'll be trying to wake up earlier. Either way, we'll see how shit goes. It's just frustrating. But again, regardless, I'm going to play all these brand new games for you guys. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun here, regardless of what my dad thinks. Because honestly, I'm done giving a fuck. Not that I ever really gave a fuck to begin with, but it still just irritates me. But yeah, that's how that will affect my YouTube channel. So I'll be doing a lot more like shorter recording sessions with showing off these brand new games. I won't be able to go as in-depth with them as I usually do. But we're still going to play them for the first time, have fun. And again, like I said, that just means I get to play them even more at some point in the future. So it's all about the long-term haul. Like I said, once I move out on my own, I have a feeling things will be a lot better for me. So it'll be a scary process at first, but I feel like once I get settled in and shit, hopefully I can finally find the peace and quiet that has so eluded me throughout the years. That's all I've ever wanted. Like I've said, I've only ever wanted to live a quiet, peaceful life. That's all I've ever asked for. That's all I ever could ask for, and that's all I ever will ask for. That's it. And I don't think that's asking for too much. All right. Well, either way, guys, that's really all I have to say. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it, because, like I said, I still have a lot more brand new games to show off for you guys. It's going to be fucking sweet, and hope you guys enjoy it. All right. Well, either way, guys, that is going to be it for me for today. So, as always, everyone, stay cool and rock on. This is Multi-Step, signing off.